So guys, today we are gonna be building a vampire shell. I downloaded this shell from the gallery, and this house is a 64 by 64 lot, which means that there is a lot of work for us to be doing here. And I'm starting by changing the wallpaper, the fences, and yeah, I won't lie, this took me so many hours to do because, well, there's a lot of detail in this shell, as you guys can see here. And I'm playing this video on speed 3, which means that basically what we're doing here is you take the time of the video and then you multiply it by 3 and you get the real amount of time that it took me to build this vampire castle, which was, let me tell you, it is a lot of detail, as you guys can see. So it took me a long time, but it was totally worth it because this house is like amazing. When you guys agree? I had a lot of trouble with this part right here because I would apply the fence to one place and then it would disappear, and then I would apply it to the other and it would disappear, and things were a little complicated here at this point. Nevertheless, we are managing to do it, so there's not a lot of worry there's not a lot to worry about. This is the boring part because I had to change all the little fences, the little white fences, and I decided to start by doing it because, well, um it had to be done, right? It just had to be done. We'll get to the fun part when we get to build the inside of the house, the mansion, but we still need to do the outside first. So I'm changing the ceiling things here because I want to have, I don't even know what these things are called. The little things that go around the roofs. I don't know what they're called, but I added them to all of the roofs because it seemed important to do so. So I did it, and yeah, it was worth it because it made it look better, you know, more vampire like. So now I'm changing the colors of the roof trims because that also seems important. And we're back to doing the little fences because I look around and there is always more little fences to be changed. So yeah, that is troublesome. I'm also changing the stairs, of course, because it's also something that had to be done. So I was struggling a little bit here because the game was having issues with the game. I had to restart it a few times in order to create the walls and everything. So it was a bit chaotic to say the least. But let me just speed it up here. No, 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 no. No, 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 not 4. 3. 3 is alright. I had to restart the game uh a lot of times because Well, it was just something that I just had to do it because, well, it was complicated, and we are back to doing the little fences because there were more of it to be done. And I decided to make this a black and gold vampire castle because I think that black goes very well with a golden color. And um I have another uh black and gold vampire castle. I think is in my gallery, but I it's a very small one, so it was so much easier to do. And I don't think I recorded that video, which was kind of dumb of me not to record that video because, well, I mean, if I'm gonna play the game, I should record it and post on YouTube, right? So I was struggling a little bit here with this part because I didn't want to change this whole helicopter area. I think it's a helicopter area. I don't really know what it is, to be quite frank, but I think it's called as a helipad. Is that what it's called? Um, my English is not that good, so yeah. Changing more fences because there were more, and I struggled a bit with that part of the house right there because you guys can see it. I skipped through it very fast. There are no walls there, as you guys can see. I'm changing the columns now, but there's a parts of there that there is no walls. And I had to restart the game a few times just to add the walls and build a room there because I don't know if it was something wrong with the lot because when I downloaded it from the gallery, it was created using the move objects cheat. So maybe that was the issue with this lot. I don't really know though, to be honest. So we're changing the columns. I added the vampire columns because, well, it just seems fair, right? And we're back to changing the columns here. There were so many columns, there were so many fences, there were so many things to be changed. And let me tell you guys, it was a lot of trouble. So here I'm changing I don't know what this is called as well. Jesus, I should learn the name of the things because I don't know the names of the things and it comes back to bite me in the you know what. So I'm finishing adding the tiles here and boy, you guys don't know how long it took me to build this house. This mansion. It's a mansion, right? It's the biggest mansion, it's the biggest lot in the whole game. So yeah, of course it would be troublesome, right? Of course it would be. Who wouldn't have thought of that? So I was struggling a little bit with the fences, and I had to use move object here to make this columns taller, higher, taller, I don't know. And then I turned off the move objects because I quite frankly don't like to build using move objects. I think it kind of spoils a lot of things, but it is a very useful tool. One cannot deny that. So I'm adding the plants and trying to decorate a little bit around the house. And I was struggling here a little bit, but it's fine though. It's all right. I mean, it's all right. So I had to use move objects again in order to add all these plants that I wanted to add. And well, I think it just, oh, it's working out fine. I mean, I'm adding a lot of plants because it seems cute to have all these plants in front of the house. And so that's what I'm doing here. Of course, I gave myself like billions and billions of simoleons in order to build this house, this mansion, but um I don't know how much it ended up costing it. You guys will have to check it on the gallery. I don't think I'm not sure if I posted on the gallery yet because I usually play the game offline and then I go online just to download something or upload something. So I had this whole backyard here and I was trying to figure out let me move my face up here actually because it's more, it make it smaller. Um, because I wasn't quite sure what to do with this space, so I decided to add a wedding arch and make it like um I don't know, a wedding area, because why wouldn't you want to have that in your house? I mean, what if you want to get married and you just don't want to rent a venue to do it, so you just marry in your own home? That seems fair, right? I think it seems fair. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing here. I'm adding some decorations to make the space more wedding like, but yeah, we had a whole yard to to um to do things. So I had a lot of space to create stuff and to make it interesting. So I added a hot fountain. It's not a hot fountain. What is it called? The place where the people go to take a hot bath, as they do like in, I think it's in Japan that people do it, isn't it? Not not quite sure, to be honest. So I'm still adding plants and stuff because it does seem uh right. Let me just let me just so we are in the inside of the house now, and I decided to go with the red wallpaper because it I like it. That's basically the reason I like it. So yeah, I just did that. I have to change all the windows and all the columns to make them black, and we're getting to the inside of the house, so it's starting to get interesting. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out a thumbnail here to create it because I'm not quite sure on what is a good thumbnail to create here. So I'm recording and I'm creating the thumbnail at the same time, which is why I am a little bit scattered, to say the least. Cause I'm into multitasking. That's kind of my thing. I'm into multitasking, so I'm creating the thumbnail right now. And well, there's not a lot to describe here. We are still putting columns everywhere, which kind of means that, well, we we have to do it. I didn't add as many columns as the original castle had because it just seemed a little bit pointless. And now we get to the golden part of the castle because I wanted to add this wanted to add this gold element to it because it just looks better, because when it's all black, I used to build all black vampire houses, and it just didn't look so good, you know. So when I had this idea of building like black and gold, it just became my go-to vampire house thingy. So yeah, I always struggle in putting columns and things for some reason. I don't know what's the reason, but I do. I do struggle. So yeah, I don't really know what to say about that, to be quite honest with you guys. If I could, I would change the color of these chimneys, but I couldn't. So I just just went with it. And now we're getting to the fun part. Now we're getting to the part where now we're getting to the part where we manage to build the inside of the house, which is when get things get interesting, right? So I'm changing some elements here. I'm adding doors because well the place needs doors, right? I mean, just just cannot have a you can't have a place without doors. So I turned off the move objects cheat so that I could I wouldn't build a door where people couldn't get into and things like that, because it wasn't such a good idea to do so. So I'm putting up the stairs because people need to go upstairs. Actually, people need to go downstairs because the entrance of the castle is on the on top of you have to climb the stairs to get to the door. So, yeah. It didn't look so good adding the stairs right here, but this is what one has to do sometimes. We just gotta do it. There's no way around it. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with the stairs. I built the stairs in the wrong place, so I had to take it off. Jesus, my English is really not that good. Um, I'm adding some statues there to make it look more interesting, and I put all these fountains, and later on I'm taking it off because I decided not to repeat all the same fountains all over. Just seems like not such a very good idea. So I know this doesn't look like very vampire-esque, but it has the golden cushions. So I decided to go with that. And I added a bar because let's be honest, adults like to drink, right? Not me though, I don't drink, but usually adults like to drink, and this is obviously the house of an adult, a very, very, very rich adult, a vampire that's lived for like 300 years and has managed to become very rich by this point. So I was trying to figure out a way for people to go into this area, but as it turns out, um, there was no way unless I put a stair there. So that's what I did. And then I had some statues, and I always build these fences around the place because it just seems right, you know. Just seems right. And let's see what happens after I save the game. Do I do something? No, I don't. I don't do anything. So let's see. Is this one the next video? Yes, this is the next video. I recorded this in pieces because I didn't build this house in one day. Like I was very tired, so I built this house like in pieces from day to day because, oh well, you just that's how you do it, when a house is so big. I had destroyed the walls there, trying to destroy the fences. So, so I'm building a living room now, and I know I'm not using stuff from the vampire pack a lot. I used mostly the decorations from the vampire pack, like this big Vlad painting, because it just seemed right, you know. So the decorations are mainly from the vampire pack, which means that I went to a little bit of trouble choosing the plants to put in here, and I wasn't used until a very short time ago to put on these tables. I don't know what they are. They are called these little tables that you just put your objects in. You cannot eat in them. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, not a fan of this rug. Really not a fan of this rug, but I don't remember if I changed it later. I hope I did because it's not a good rug, you know. It's not a good rug. So now we are building a vampire bedroom, and this time I did use the stuff from the vampire pack because it just seemed right, you know. And I know vampires don't eat, but what if they have guests, right? What if they receive human guests in their house? Like, I just spilled water all over myself. Congratulations to me. That was very good. Also on my phone here. So you guys are gonna have to pardon me, but I am a smoker, and I'm gonna smoke a cigarette now because I've been recording for 30 minutes, and that's how long I can go without a cigarette. Basically, I smoke a lot, guys. I was trying to stop smoking, to be honest, but it didn't work out. So, don't smoke. Seriously, guys, don't start smoking. It's very hard to quit. I managed to quit once, and then I was stupid enough to go ahead and oh, I'm just gonna have one cigarette. One cigarette's not gonna kill me. And I went right back to smoking like chimney again. So now I'm trying to quit again, and I'm failing. So really, guys, don't start smoking. It's a lot of money. It's very expensive, and you can stop once you start. So really is a curse, which goes with the theme here. The 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 theme goes with the theme here because vampires are cursed, right? Vampires are cursed to live forever. I am cursed to smoke cigarettes forever. So I went ahead and I used the ignore gameplay, so I could buy the canvases that you only receive by um not just the canvases, all the decorations that you only receive by getting on the painter profession. So I use the cheat to to unlock those objects and put it there because they look better than the canvas that you can buy in the game. I wasn't sure on what to do with this area here, to be quite honest with you guys. So is this the next video? Um Let me check. Is this the next video? This is the next video. Yes. Like I said, guys, I play this in a very how can I put it? I was trying to build a stair there and I failed to do it. But there was another stair right there, so I don't know why I was being stupid and trying to build another stair there. I guess it would take less time for our Sims to go from place to place, but um well, this lot was so big and I didn't really know what to put in it because, well, there are a lot of things in here, and I was gonna put cow plants because it seems fitting for a vampire to have cow plants, right? So it took me a while here. Let me skip. It took me a while to get through. I was looking for the cow plant. Alright. And I'm skipping the video here because I spent a lot of time looking for the cow plant. I couldn't find it. So what I did here is I activated the debug. And I started getting items from the debug, which are items that you can only get by using cheats and getting the objects that the game developers use to build the public places. So I changed my mind about this a little bit because, and then we go into the debug again, which just means that I've spent so much time. I put a little castle there, which it was not the best idea, but at the time it seemed like a good idea. But looking at it now, I see how stupid that was. But that's what I did. I put in a little castle there, like if there is a vampire child, like there is in the in a rice books, which I don't know the title in English, but if I were to translate the title in Portuguese, literally it would be Interview with the Vampire, but I don't know if that's the name that any rice gave it in English. So this is what I said. I decided to change the fountains. All right. So I went into debug again, and I'm gonna skip the video here because I spent so much time in debug and I was looking for stuff to put everywhere. So I put these little things there, and we're going through debug once again, and it always takes forever. But I found a good fountain, and I found this thing which I don't know what it is, but it looks very cool. So I went ahead and I put it there, even though I have no idea what it is and if your sim can get into it or not. I just don't know, guys, but that's what I did. So we're going through debug once again, and I use the show live objects cheat to go into debug, and um it took me a while, guys. It took me a while to get the stuff that I wanted. So I'm going through debug, and thank God I took those things off because they just don't look good. And I put those black statues there. I took off the fountains like I said I would. And I put these little golden things here because it's a black and gold vampire castle, right? So it just seemed fitting, if you guys know what I mean. And let's go into the next video. Here's the next video. This is the last video. Thank all the gods. So, guys, like I said, it took me a while. This video is already 40 minutes long. And you take that time and you multiply it by 3 and you see how long it took me to build this mansion here. So, yeah, it was kind of a struggle, to be honest. But it's fine. I wanted to put like things in here. God, I need to go to the bathroom. But I have to finish recording this video. I shouldn't have drank that much coffee. It was a bad idea. So, uh, so this house has 2 bathrooms, and I keep calling it a house even though it is a mansion. And I did put in. Oh, I forgot to smoke my cigarette. I did put in a washing machine and a drying machine. Is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called. Um, the mirror wouldn't get right in there, so I just yeah, the mirror wouldn't get in the right place. Which it's kind of weird to have a big ass door to go directly into a bathroom. That's just how that's just how things work in here. All right. So I had this whole area here, which is actually the entrance area, right? And I had already built a living room. I had already built a dining room. I had already built a kitchen, bedroom. So I made this area into a little, what would you call it? A little reading area, because like there's some bookshelves in there, And yo, can I really need to go to the bathroom? Jesus Christ. Um, I made this into a little reading area so our Sims can read in front of the fire. And I think I take this statue later. I hope I did because it looks terrible. Um, I have some ideas that seem good at the time, and then I look back into it and I think, oh my god, why did I do that? You know? Alright, we're looking for decorations because there isn't enough decorations, and guess what? There is another room here. So I decided to build a little office and kind of an office, which uh means having a computer and some bookshelves. So that's what I did there. I'm not a big fan of putting carpets and stuff, but no, I am a big fan. Sorry, I am a big fan of putting carpets, but as it turns out, I'm not good at doing so. So we had this little area here, and I decided to build a gym because why wouldn't we, right? Why not have a gym in this massive mansion, right? I put the statue here, which looks way better. And thank Christ I did that because honestly, it just didn't look good that way. So I put this piano, which you can only get through the music career, I think. I don't know, it's been a long time since I've played the game, so I don't remember what exactly comes with each career. But yeah. And we still had more rooms. We still had more rooms to decorate and do the stuff. So this small rooms, I really didn't know what to do with it. So it was getting hard. When I build a vampire house or mansion, I always have to put this golden coffin because I think it's the fanciest thing in the whole game. And of course, we have to have it. It just it just doesn't seem right without it. The I always struggle with carpets, guys. I always struggle with carpets, to be honest. But it's it's fine. It's fine. Nobody will die because of struggle with carpets, right? So I'm using decorations that do not come with the vampire pack because there are very few decorations that come with the vampire pack. And here I was trying to figure out like what to do with this area, right? So I built what it is not vampire like at all to put in a DJ thing. Like which 300 years old vampire is gonna hire a DJ to play at his vampire mansion? But I did do that. So yeah. I put in a yoga thing and I put a a little uh meditating cushion thing in this other um in this other random rooms. And here I put in some of those chairs that you lay down to get a tan. But there is a glass roof over this thing, which kind of means that you can get a tan. It's all right. You can get a tan. Um, so I decided to change the place of the hot tub because it just didn't feel right. So instead, I put something else there. I just don't remember what it is. I think it's a fountain. Yeah, it's a fountain. So I've put this hot tub here, and I wanted to get like something. So I put this little bar, which is kind of a world globe, but it is a bar. You can still get drinks from it. And I mean, if you're in a hot tub, you would like to get some drinks, right? I also put this little couches, which go along with the color scheme that's happening here. And it wasn't a great area, but what can one do, right? What can one do? Did I do something else? No, I'm just taking pictures here. So, guys, that was the video. It's almost 15 minutes long. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me take my face from the front of the house. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is the back area, and this is again the back area, the front area, and yeah, I didn't manage to put it on the gallery, but thank you guys so much for watching. I'll leave the link to my other videos down here in the description area, so you guys can check it out. And I hope you guys like this house. I'm gonna put it on the gallery so you can download it. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright.